morning, good morning, good morning. Ooh, good morning. Grab your tea. I got my love cup on. Welcome to the Shine at 9. How's everybody doing? Getting ready to rock here. Let's get my computer set up. Good morning, Reggie. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm gonna get rocking here. Good morning, Brandy. Good morning. Nice fall day. It's amazing. Grab your tea. Good morning, Joni. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, welcome, welcome. Martin, good morning. Good morning, Georgie. Good morning, Josh. Great job last night, Josh. Good morning, my bride, Shayna. Good morning, Penny. I will. Grab your hot tea. Beautiful fall morning. Good morning, Summies. I'm sitting outside today. I thought it'd be nice. Grab your love. I got my good morning, Heather. We miss you, Georgie, JP. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Sue. Good morning, good morning. From Denison, all right. Tasha, good morning. Nashville, love it. Shirley, good morning. Hot cinnamon tea on a beautiful fall day. Make sure you're sharing this with somebody. Get it out. Great morning. This could be I've been getting this message a lot lately, so that's kind of why we're gonna talk about it. So, be awesome. Hello, Cindy. All right. Good morning, Perry. Good morning. One more minute. We started just a. Good morning, Charo. Last day of October, yes. Good morning, Jen. Good morning. All right. Yeah, it's beautiful out. I'm telling you, yesterday was just absolutely gorgeous here in Ohio. 80 degrees. We were down at the High State game a little bit, and it was absolutely it was a gorgeous day. So, all right. So please share this with somebody. Let's start off. Good morning, Mindy. Let's start off with gratitude. Gratitude for you. Give yourself a big hug. Make sure you close your eyes. Tell yourself you love yourself. Self-love is so important. So make sure you do that right now. Think of one thing you're grateful for. I'm grateful for beautiful days. I'm grateful for you being on with me. I'm grateful for the Shine at 9. And good morning, Chris. And just having this actually come into my life, and it gives me a venue of, I don't know, just be able to get out there and talk to y'all and talk to people, have fun. So thank you. Good morning, Mariah Trish. Good morning. The other thing I'm grateful is cups that have words on them. Now you can't see it because Facebook does not have the mirror image. But this says love on it. So it's kind of neat having cups with different. If you haven't done this, there's so many cool cups out there. Good morning, Joseph. That you have different. There's hope. There's love. So it kind of gives you a different message. I always when I drink out of the love cup, that's what I kind of think about is love. Then there's a hope, and there's one that has happy. We have a couple different ones. So thanks for the haircut. That's right. Thank you. I got it all. It's a fresh cut going. So that's one thing I do love and I recommend is getting some cool tea mugs to put your hot tea in. I got the hot Herbalife cinnamon tea that is just I love. So I get a lot of. So we're gonna get rocking here. So I know everybody's got it. Just good morning, Carrie. Busy Sunday. I'm sure. Just having an abundant day. I can't lean on this because it's like it's going to be rocky, and I don't want it to be rocky. So I get a lot of questions about problems, and so we're going to kind of talk about that today, and that's okay because that's part of life, right? And it seems like when you look at people and how people are, that's a big issue. They have a lot of problems of how they deal with the problems. So I've gotten several messages lately. I have this going on, this going on. Hello, Shane. How do I deal with it? Okay. Good morning, Mindy. How do I deal with that, right? So that's one interesting. I get more comments of that than anything is it's typically how they deal with something, and typically it's a problem, right? And how you do that is going to be, how you handle that is going to be very, very, very important to your life and what goes on in your life and success and all the stuff we talk about. So, there was once a professor, and he was in his class, and he basically, and he said, what does a cup weigh? Okay. And they threw out different grams and different, pounds and everything. So my teacup, right? So think about this: if you held your cup out, okay, like this, and I held it out here for 10, 20 seconds, okay, or longer, right? A minute. Good morning, Kenton. Good morning, Christy. What's going to happen, right? I can keep it up, okay, and I can start to feel it. Good morning, Jane. Good morning. I can feel this cup keeping up, right? Now, okay, and I got this weight. Let's just call it, just for goodness, let's say, hello, Zach, a pound. Okay, this weighs a pound. So put it down. Now the professor asked the students, now, what if you hold that cup for an hour, what's going to happen? Okay, and the students came up with different solutions and different things. And, one of them said, your arm's going to get tired. It's going to start to ache. And the professor says, yes. So what happens if you held that cup up for a day? Okay, or 5, 10 hours, okay, 20 hours, whatever it is, and you had to hold this cup up, right, for that long, what's going to happen? Well, your arm, with anatomy, your arms, good morning, Mrs. C, your arm's going to go numb. You're going to have, you could have some problems, right? Definitely, if the longer you hold it up. So think about that. The weight has not changed. It's the same weight, right? The same weight in my cup, the same, we're saying pound in this cup, that I held for a couple of seconds, it didn't cause any problems. But the longer I hold on to this cup, okay, the longer I hold on to that problem, that's where you see the significance in your life. You see the significance of what happens in your life, what goes on in your life, right? And, by holding this and holding on to this weight. Think about that, okay? As I drink a little bit of cup. So think about that as your stress, right? And think of this could be stress. Okay, so if you hold on to your stress for a few moments, which is okay, and you put your stress down, right, we don't have any problems. But if you hold on your stress for an hour, for 2 hours, for days, good morning, Joy, that's when the problems start. That's where the weight starts to weigh you down, even though the weight was not significant. The stress at the moment was not significant. It's how long you held on to the stress that causes the problems. We got to get that, okay? So think about that. So what we have to do is, the stress and the problems and the different things go in our life. Yeah, stress does kill. It is true. It's like, I see people that are so stressed about things they can't control. So that's the first thing. Ken Glover's voice is good. That is the first thing you have to look at is, that I believe is what can you control? My father taught me the only thing I can control is my thoughts, how I react to things. That's it. I can't control what somebody says about me. I can't control what somebody thinks about me. I can't control the weather. I can't control what my football team does. I can't control, what does that make sense? I can't control that, but I can worry about how I react to things. So that's the first step of stress, okay? The second stress is letting that go and finding an outlet that you can let that go, if that makes sense. So letting that stress go every day, almost like that cleansing. Good morning, Miss C. That cleansing of your soul every night, okay, to let that stress go and let that cup down. So when you wake up, you have an empty cup, right? That you're going to do your morning. We're going to have. Actually, I'm going to have my bride on. That's something I just thought about now. Is we're going to do it. Bring my guest speaker back, not today, but another day, to go through like the morning ritual of how you fill your cup. Okay, because what you fill your cup up, right, is another thing that you want to hold on to. Because if you're filling your cup up with gratitude and love, okay, and I see a lot of hearts. I don't know, that was probably from my wife because everybody, she's wonderful and amazing. So if we fill that cup up in the morning with a great morning ritual of gratitude, of love. Good morning, Lex, how you doing? Of love. If we fill that cup up with love, then we can start our, good morning, Kelly, we can start our day off so much better, so much brighter, okay? So that is huge. When I talk to people and they message me on, I'm having this going on, it's just, okay, the weight, we have to get the weight off. We have to get the weight off our shoulders. We have to get the weight off. And how do we do that? And believe me, I heard something this morning that's like a muscle too. It's like, when you get that negative thought, when you get that stress, you have to, hello Joseph, good morning, you have to replace that. And the more you replace that, so you have this urge to be, let's just say you have an anger issue, and you have an urge to be angry, okay? When something is starting to make you angry, you have to replace that with something good, and have your go-to. Valerie, good morning. Have your go-to, good morning, Tiffany, have your go-to music, have your go-to positive, like a Jim Rohn or Mark Hughes is what I personally like to listen to. I also like to listen to E.T. Good morning, Brooke. So listen, have your go-to. So when you have that moment, right, now we can start to retrain your brain not to focus into that problem, into that weight, and we can drop that weight quickly by replacing and relearning things. Okay, relearning things. Does that make sense? I hope that, give me some likes if that's because I can't see people nodding their head. So hopefully, yeah, good. All right. So people, that is you replace that with, and the more you do that, the easier it becomes. Okay, because there's also another story of a master. Okay, so a master took his student out, and they're out there, by a lake, and he has a cup. Same thing, a cup. You can see the cup, right? He has a cup, and he has a handful of salt, and he pours it in the student's hand and says, put your salt in your cup, okay? Puts it in and says, drink it. And, the student takes a drink, spits it out, terrible, salty, and, just all the feelings of imagine drinking a bunch of salt, right? The master puts the same amount of salt in his hand and says, throw it into the lake, okay? He takes the same cup. All right, and he says, dip it into the lake. Good morning, Doris, and drink. The student drinks, and the master says, what do you think? He says, oh, it's good. Okay, there was no less of the problems of salt. Okay, it was the exact same amount, but the difference was the container you put it in. Good morning, Deanna. Yes, go drive. I love it. The difference was what container you drank out of that you put that salt. So when you start to see these problems and you start to have things come into your life and some negativity that does happen, I mean, it's going to, but here's the thing, the more you do this, you're going to find that the less negativity, because as you start to have more positive things happen, as things start to rock in your life and your changes, the less of these, and sometimes the problems aren't like bad problems either, because you can have some good and just, stress of just good things and a lot of things going on, right? But the more you think about that, the more a lot of times that chaos, that stuff comes, right? So sometimes it's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't want to say like, everybody, because I know there are people on here that are just rocking, having a great life, but there still has those issues, and it's how what container you put them in. Do you take that same problem, same salt, and put it into a cup, or do you put it into a lake? Okay, same amount, same thing. It's just that container, right? Or as the professor, also talked about was, the weight. How soon do you let that go? How soon do you let that weight, go out of your life? Because the quicker you do, the better it's going to be. The quicker you realize that, and that muscle, you just keep on training. Good morning, Sue. You keep on training that muscle. You keep on training that muscle of gratitude. And remember, we come from gratitude. We come from love. When I feel the stress, if you come from gratitude and love, I'm telling you right now, you're going to see that stress is going to come out, is going to go away. You're going to start to realize that when you get that lesson my father taught me, when you really, that you can't control those kind of things, because usually most of the stress is from an outside stimulus. That's where the most of the stress is from. It's from somebody saying something, somebody doing something. You hit you're in an accident, traffic, all these different outside stimuluses that we can actually control, because control our reaction to them. That's where the stress comes from. And it's also the stress of, I hear some too, is like the financial stress, and that typically becomes, that's an issue in a lot of people. Health issues with a lot of people. So here's the thing, we can control that. Okay, and the first thing starts from up here. So as we start to choose to control our health, we choose and say, I will be healthy. Today I start, not tomorrow, today, right now, this moment, I start to be healthy. This moment right now, I start to be wealthy. This moment right now, I start to have good relationships. And then we build on there. That's all it is. And then every morning, good morning, Rocky from Oklahoma. Every morning we give gratitude, we give love. Every night we release the stresses of the day. We reflect on the day. We learn from the day. But we don't hold on to the day. I really want you to think about that. We reflect. Good morning, Dale. We reflect from the day. We don't hold on to the day. But how does one decrease the amount of stress one gets from ones they can't control? Well, okay, so that's a great question, Joe. So I guess that's the start of it is, the stress is what you put on it. Is what you're judging on whatever they're doing to you. So if, like I said, you can't control if somebody says something, you can't control what somebody else does. You can only control how it stresses you out. So if you're putting it into a cup, okay, and you put that problem, that issue into the cup, okay, then that becomes more of a problem. If you're putting it into a lake, okay, it's less of a stress. Does that make sense? So it all comes down to is how you react to it. Because I guarantee if you look at it, if they're saying something or trying to, and I don't have the exact sample of what it is, but let's just say somebody is being negative towards you, okay? Yes, Shirley, learn to control your grief, yes. Somebody's being negative towards you. Somebody is, hello, Patty, somebody is, says a mean word, I guess, and here's the thing my father taught me was if somebody says something bad about you and says, you're this or that, okay, and he said, if it's true, then change it. If it's not true, who cares? Who cares what they say? It doesn't make a difference. We were with the lady last night and just kind of talking to her, and she went through some she actually went through a divorce and just kind of got heated, and all that kind of that stuff. Good morning, Craig. What's up, Doc? And she talked about how people, aren't talking to her and how people, are avoiding her now. And I was like, that is awesome. Now you know where they stand. You don't have to waste time with them, right? And she's like, yeah, that's true. So that's the thing. So it's what reaction do you give that stress, okay? And if you can't control it, like really look at it. If you can't put it in control, who cares? Do the things that you control. How you react. Buenos dias, ¿cómo está? I love it. I can say that. Molly, good morning. So worry about that. Worry about the things that you have complete control, which is your actions, your thoughts, and what you can do. And when you start to change your mind, okay, change your mindset, change your life. That's not good. People in your life, the better. Yes, I agree. The more, people who who cares? Yep. Thank you. Sorry, I'm reading this. I gotta get up here and look at it. It's funny. But that's the thing is look at that. Look at who you're talking to. Who you hang around, who you be around. And remember in the beginning I said this. I said what's going to happen is the less you start to react to that negativity, the less negativity bothers you. You're going to see that. You're going to start to, those negative people are going to be removed out of your life naturally. And when you change the way you think about something, the things you think about change. You're welcome, Tiffany. You're welcome. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing, because we're always going to have people, I say always, I don't like that word, but until we change this consciousness of the world, right? And right here, I think we're starting with TheShine by sharing this and getting it out, as we're starting to, and we start to actually love people and think of people in a good light. Good morning, Eric. And we start to think of people with love and gratitude. Okay, when we start to think of that way, what happens is, and we start to, get this message out, and all of us start to, because I guarantee we're intertwined. If you look at circles, we draw circles. My circles are going to start to intertwine with all these, we got people from Oklahoma, from all over the place in here, Florida, different, Nashville, different places, right? As our circles start to intertwine with positivity and a good message, right? Because the world can be that's one thing my bride has taught me, is that the world can be a great place. And I always used to think like, well, there's always going to be negative people. There's always going to be negativity. And she's like, why? Why does there have to be? And she's so true. It's so true. Is that it doesn't have to be if we change our consciousness. Staten Island, right on. All right, New York. There you go, Doc. So that's something too. Does that make sense? Is if we come from a consciousnness of love and gratitude, and it starts small, and believe me, there's other pockets, other people. I'm not the only one that's preaching this message. This is not even my message. It's it's messages that people out there that I've learned and got, especially from my father and my mother. So circles start to intertwine. They're intertwine. Next thing you know, it can be a place of love. Imagine that as if we all came from a place of gratitude and love, what the world would look like. And I do believe, just like her, I do believe it can happen. It just starts. It starts with us. So go back to that original question is, when people are being negative and that stress is stress, and I understand there's going to be tough things. There's going to be family members, things that you can't just remove yourself away. Okay, so those are tougher situations that you're going to develop, just like anything else. If you go to lift, a 500-pound bench press, and I don't do that, but let's say if you were, or even like, let's do something I do, a 100-mile run. You're not going to just go out tomorrow and run a 100-mile run if you're not a runner. I believe you can do it because I think the body is amazing, and I believe you can do it. I know you can do it. It would hurt, but you could definitely get through it. I know it. But here's the thing is, you have to build up to that. So same thing here. If you have a family member that you just can't remove out of your life right now, then it's a matter of, start to work on what container you put that negativity into. All right? And then how do you release that? Do you quickly release it or do you hold on to it? Okay? And then 2, 3, starting to change the way you think about them. Because you start to change the way you think about them, and it's worked. I'm telling you, it works so awesome. It works. If you start thinking like, wow, this person, they're going to be so great today. I'm so grateful for them. I'm so grateful for their positivity. I'm so great. Hello, Samantha. Miss you. He's such a cutie, Samantha. So, as you're starting to, you think of them that way, you think of them in a different light, all of a sudden you start to watch that they actually start to change by your energy. They're changing by your thought process. And now, because the more you feed, the more you feed is something, the more you give it energy. It's like a fire. Think about that. Think about a fire, right? If you got a fire and you throw oxygen in it, it's going to go crazy. If you decrease the oxygen in a fire, and you remove the oxygen, guess what? The fire goes out. Think about that. So as you don't give it more oxygen. Wrong car stress lines, bro. Yes. Thank you. So don't feed that fire with oxygen. You know what? The fire you want to feed is a positivity. Now, if there's a positive fire, feed that fire. So it's which one do you feed? Okay? Thank you, Eric. Where do you feed? Where you feed in that fire in your life? Because some things you want to throw gas on it. Some things you want to throw gas and oxygen on it. You know what I mean? And you want that fire just to go because it's such a positive thing and it's such a good thing in your life. But there's some things that you want to put no oxygen, and that's that negativity. That's that negative, relationship. That's that negative spouse. It's grief. Like for Shirley here, if you have grief, don't feed into that. Okay? Because we can't change it. It doesn't bring someone back. When my mother died, and it was devastating. I remember being angry. She died of breast cancer at 88. I was angry. Angry. And my father said, you can't feed that. He said, it's not going to bring her back. It's not. So why feed that fire? Why feed it? Thank you, Doc. Thank you. So why feed that? He said, guess what? She's gone, and she loved you with everything she had, but she's gone. She's not coming back. Honor her. And that's the fire you feed, is that positivity. You feed that. You don't feed the grief. You don't feed it, because if you feed that grief and you think about that, when we're sad, we listen to sad music. And us, all this sad stuff starts to happen. You start to see it on TV, blah, 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 right? All this stuff comes into your life. But when you start to feed, the positivity, the love, the gratefulness, the memory of someone, that's when that fire starts to go. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on TheShine Sunday morning. It's going to be beautiful. Enjoy the day. Enjoy your family. Really, please give yourself a hug, okay? As we always say, the world needs you to shine. Because with our brightness and our love inside, if we shine and we let it out, how our greatness inside, because we all have greatness inside, okay? The world needs you to get it out. I need you to get it out. And I know you need to get it out. So let your light shine. Have an awesome, awesome day. Love you guys. Take care. There's a lot of great comments. Make sure you're sharing this with somebody. I'd appreciate it. The bottom of my heart, I appreciate you sharing it. Thank you. Talk to you. Yes, Doc, come visit me. I love that. Tiffany, yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. So have an awesome, awesome day. Love you guys. Let it shine.